Have you ever noticed what happens every time you break a promise to yourself? Not a promise to someone else, a promise to yourself. Hello friends, and welcome back to my fourth video. Today, I want to talk about the hidden cost of breaking promises to yourself and how to overcome that. Simple question. What happens every time you break a promise to yourself? Again, not a promise to someone else, a promise to yourself. Maybe you said you would take better care of your health. Maybe you promised yourself you would spend more time on a goal, starting exercising, read a book, or simply take a few minutes to yourself each day. And then life happened, you got busy, other people needed you, the day went by. And once again, your promise to yourself was pushed aside. I know this feeling very well because I lived it for years, unfortunately. In my previous video, we talked about bad habits and the importance of keeping commitment to ourselves. Today, I want to go deeper into that topic because in my personal development journey, I realized that keeping promises to yourself is one of the most important and fundamental pillars you can do for your growth and confidence. Before I started this journey, I wasn't even considering myself in the equation. I remember one of my coaches asking me questions about my health, my well-being, and the things I was doing for myself. And as I reflected on those questions, I had a shocking realization. Yes, shocking realization. There was no space for me, no dedicated time for my health, no dedicated time for my personal growth, no dedicated time for myself. That awareness was a wake-up call. And that is what I wanted to share with you today. Yes, friends, you listening to me. We often treat everyone else better than we treat ourselves. We honor our commitments to our jobs. We honor our commitments to our children. We honor our commitments to our friends and family. But what about the commitments we make to ourselves? For years, I would tell myself that I was going to do something important for me. Then the day would end, and I would realize that I had honored every commitment to everyone else, but not a single commitment to myself. When I started realizing and analyzing my patterns, I discovered something important. We all have two precious resources. You hear me, friends? Yes, two precious resources. One, our time. Two, our energy. Those are treasures. No amount of money can bring back lost time, and no amount of money can restore energy that has been consistently drained without being renewed. We have to protect both very strongly. I used to spend my time and energy trying to please everyone around me. I was always available, always saying yes, always responding to everyone else's needs. Then I wondered why I had no energy left for myself. The answer became obvious. If your battery is already empty because you have spent all of your energy taking care of everything and everyone else, how can you expect to have anything left for your own goals? That realization taught me the importance of priorities. Yes, priorities. Every day, we are choosing where our time and energy go. The question is, are we intentionally choosing, or are we simply reacting to whatever life throws at us? For a long time, I would jump out of bed and immediately start handling responsibilities. I had a to-do list, but it was filled with things that mattered to everyone else. Very little of it reflected what mattered to me. Today, I try to start my day differently. I ask myself, what is one thing I can do today that serves my growth? What is one promise I can keep to myself today? And that is where change began. Not with huge goals, not with perfection, with small commitments. One small promise at a time. Because every promise you keep to yourself builds trust. And every promise you break weakens that trust. Think of self-trust like a bank account, right? Every promise you keep is a deposit, and every promise you break is a withdrawal. For years, I was making withdrawals without realizing it. And eventually, I stopped trusting myself. Maybe you are experiencing this too, you listening to me right now. Maybe you have said so many times, I will start tomorrow. That part of you no longer believes it. Please wake up. That loss of self-trust affects every area of life. It affects your confidence. It affects your self-respect. It affects your peace of mind. I know because I have been there. There were times when I felt stuck, in pain. Times when I felt guilty. Times when I couldn't understand why I was working so hard but still feeling empty inside. What I eventually realized was that I wasn't honoring myself. I wasn't keeping my own word. And when we repeatedly ignore our own commitments, we slowly disconnect from ourselves. But the beautiful thing is that we can rebuild that connection. Yes, you heard me correct. We can rebuild it. It's not fixed. How? One small promise at a time. One small action at a time. Maybe your first commitment is taking a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's reading few or 5 minutes. Maybe it's spending a few quiet moments alone with your thoughts. The commitment doesn't have to be big. It just has to be honored. Yes, to be honored. That is the important piece. Because every time you follow through, you send yourself a powerful message. I can trust myself. Yes, I can trust myself. And that message changes everything. Over time, I noticed my confidence growing. I noticed myself showing up differently. Not because I became perfect, but because I became more consistent. I learned that confidence isn't something we magically receive. Confidence is built through the promises we keep to ourselves. So today, I want to leave you with this question, friends. What is one promise you make to yourself today? Not tomorrow, today, right now. And are you willing to honor it? Friends, listen up. Trust me, your time matters. Your energy matters. Your dreams matter. And most importantly, you matter. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What is one commitment you are ready to make to yourself? I'll see you in the next video, friends. Take care of yourself, live fully, and remember, this is your only life. Keep turning on the light within you.